Oh, I can't see you. I'm changing
Oh,
over to.
okay. We'll check it here in a minute.
Yeah, let me get my screen back here in a second. You get shut off from me when I switch over.
And I got a
There it
topic we're gonna
is.
talk.
Now you're back. What'd you just say about
All
lights?
right. Yep. You want to go ahead and play our intro?
Yes. Let me get us
All
rolling
right,
here.
let's roll it.
Hello, world. This is Kevin from Fiction Factory, and you're listening to DC and DH on the DND Dynamite 80s podcast.
They have been best friends since childhood, played the same sports, attended the same schools, and now they even teach together. You're listening to DC and DH on the D&D Dynamite 80s podcast. So guys, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode D&D Dynamite 80s. I'm DH.
I am DC.
And we're here to take another fantastic look back into the 80s. And DC, we got a special one tonight. Had a little issue, I guess, with our guest, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Things happen. No big deal.
No, it's not a big
So,
deal. It happens. It
so
happens. And hey, when you schedule these things so far out, you're going to have those little
yeah,
bumps in the
sometimes
road.
things
And
happen. But
no
that's all
hurt
right,
feelings.
because
Nah.
I got a great topic for us tonight we're going to talk about. But as you can see, I'm on the road again.
Y'all.
I think I'm going to have to make a home studio. Now, next week,
Now, Willie Nelson will love you.
yeah, I'll be on the road again. I can't wait to be on the road again. Next week, I'm actually going to be on the real road. I'll be from the ocean. I'll be broadcasting live
There
from the
you
ocean.
go. Yeah, you're going to be making us all jealous. Yeah, we got a good one next
so
week,
we're
by
gonna
the
do
way.
that. But I do have the first question of the night for everybody looking. Look, everybody listening. Now, y'all let him know on TikTok. Which looks better, light on or light off? I think it's better light off.
Right. Only the shadow knows.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. So, hey, I got a topic I want to talk about tonight.
Go ahead.
80s frontmen in bands.
Oh, that's a good one.
So we're going to talk just a little bit in general, but I want to kind of talk about a top 5. All right. But we're going to talk in general, too, while you're kind of thinking about it when you're going into your top 5. Look, you're getting a piece of notebook paper. I don't even have that. I'm just going to do it from my head.
Yeah, well, you're better than I am with that.
So we're going to work on that. But let's just throw some of the front men out and just kind of go from there. Our front singers, I mean, it could be man or woman. It doesn't matter either one.
Sure.
Because they were both out there. Of course, you know, the first one that comes to mind, I mean, you got to look at, when you start looking at bands, since we were just talking about it, you know, Steve Perry. What an amazing voice.
Got him on my list.
What an amazing voice. So, yeah, we'll do, right now, let's just talk general, and then we're going to come back to our top 5.
I got you.
So just let's talk about some names there. And some of the bands, I can't remember the front singer's name, the lead singer's name.
Sure.
So we'll just say the lead singer of somebody if we don't know.
There you go. Yeah.
But then you have bands like Kiss where all of them, remember they did the individual albums?
Sure.
And all of them did certain songs.
When was that? About 78, 77?
That was, yes. And you remember it was like Ace Frehley. I remember that was the one I bought first because I really liked
I think
his
I had
songs.
the Gene Simmons.
Yeah. But they all did their own. They all kind of were front men at some point.
Right,
you know?
right.
Von Scott.
Okay, here's mine so far. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
David Lee Roth.
Oh, you know that one's there. I was saving him for last.
Stevie Nicks, Ann Wilson.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one I didn't think about. Hey, what about Aerosmith, Steven Tyler?
Yeah, we got to put Steven on there. And we'll come back
Yeah,
around
you can do that. You got
and
Steven
figure
Tyler.
it out.
We'll come around and see if we can rank them. After we name some, we'll see if we can rank them. So let's see. Who else you got? Dee Snider, of course, from Twisted Sister.
Yeah, that's who I was trying to remember his name.
Yeah, what a major. What is the guy? I want to say Kip Winger from Winger.
Yep, I'm going.
I don't
David
know if
Coverdale
that's right
as well.
Yes,
Coverdale from Whitesnake.
Yes. So if we were going to name one from Kiss, I mean, we could just put any member down. It doesn't matter.
It's got to be Paul Stanley, though.
I think
he's more their front guy that sings most of the lead stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to put Paul Stanley. Let me see here. Let me go
Phil
off the beaten
Collins,
path
of
here a little
course.
bit. Yeah, for Genesis. Yeah, gotta have him on there.
Did you give? Yeah, Phil Collins. I mean, what an amazing front man he
Well,
was.
and
Peter
here
Cetera. I better. Hey,
yeah.
I've got to mention Peter Cetera if I want to stay married. So Peter Cetera.
No, that's a great one.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing voice.
And here's what you got to do too, because he made the group. He made them. You know, of course, had a very successful single career too. Lionel Richie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Lionel Richie. What an amazing,
You know, I mean, he was the Commodore. You know, he made the Commodore.
Rejuvenation. Yeah, and he had a rejuvenation in the '80s. He kind of remade his sound.
Yeah. So I mean, that guy.
So that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, Huey Lewis of Huey Lewis in the News. Yep.
All right, let me put Winger on there.
Gotta put him on there.
I got a good one too that you won't think of.
Who's
Rob
that?
Halford.
Yes.
Judas Priest front man.
Yes,
been doing it a long time and still doing it.
Speaking of that, I can't believe you haven't even said Vince, the lead singer of Motley Crue.
Vince Neil's got to be there.
Yeah, Vince Neil's got to be on the board.
Yep. Let me think here. I'm gonna go a couple more here because we got a good list going here.
Yeah, we got a good list rolling in.
That's right.
Let's see. Let me think. Trying to think who we don't have on there yet.
And his name escapes me right now. This time of the night, I don't have a lot of brain left.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
What's our guy? You need to help me with this one. What's our lead singer for Loverboy? Mike Reno. Mike Reno.
Yes, Mike Reno. Yeah.
Mike Reno needs to be on there.
Definitely got to be in there.
The young ladies that we interviewed, the drummer, that would be
Gina Shop. But I'm trying to think of the lead singer.
She had her own solo career and still singing. What is her name? I've drawn a blank. You may need to ask your partner next to you.
While you're thinking of that,
Belinda Carlisle.
Belinda, yes. I was going to say, while you're thinking, as much as I hate to put him on there, but we've got to add. I started to say Axel Foley. That's Eddie Murphy.
Axl
Rose. I'm putting Axel Foley on there.
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We'll make one more for the even key, or we can go to 20. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's see if we do 20.
All right.
We're gonna do the first round of 20, and then we're gonna go after 20. We're gonna see if we can pick a top 10 and a top 5.
All right. Let's do. Who else you want on there? We got 3 more picks.
Nugent was more of a solo act, even though he had a band that he traveled with. So I'm not gonna put him in there.
We're missing some big band, big.
Groups,
definitely from the '80s. Who else can we pick?
Well, of course, Bono from U2.
Oh gosh!
How do we miss him?
He ought to make several of the cuts.
Yeah, we totally missed him somehow.
That was a mistake. Yeah. Who else?
Teresa. Who else? Think of some lead singers. Let me think. Who is some other groups from the 80s? What's Chicago? Do we have their lead singer? Peter Cetera. We got them. What about Foreigner?
There we go. That would be. Oh, geez.
Drawing a blank.
Yeah, I just seen a video of him the other day.
Randy Owens.
Teresa said Randy Owens from Alabama.
What is his name?
Survey says I'm drawing a blank.
Somebody would know it. I don't have anything to look at. like
Yeah,
anybody that's online.
I'm almost to the studio, so I'll be able to switch over here in a minute.
All right.
We're in Nashville now.
I
Let's
see his face. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And he's done his own solo act.
I cannot think of his name. You may have to Google that one.
I don't have any. It'll come to me in a second.
Teresa said, "What about the Bee Gees?" That's a little before the '80s. Staying alive, staying alive.
Right.
Let's see. I cannot think of his name from Foreigner. I'm drawing a blank. Why in the world would I
follow him and everything?
What was it? Yeah, I'm blank on that one. We're gonna think of some more here.
Let's keep going then.
So we are fixing to. While you're thinking, we're fixing to pull in the driveway. So I'm gonna blot out for a minute so you can't see me.
Fine.
I'll still be talking, but you're gonna be kind of solo on the video.
I got you.
I'm still here talking. So
okay,
we're still.
I am too, because now I got to look it up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look that one up because I can't.
It's killing me.
And here's one we can add to it.
Oh, Lou Graham. That's his
there
name.
You go.
I think I'm correct on that.
I think that's right.
Lou Graham.
Here's one.
I didn't have to look it up.
Here's one we can add as a front man. That when you really think about it, I mean, he was more solo.
Yeah.
But it was like Prince and the Revolution when they started.
Right. Yeah.
So that really puts him as a front man.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so you can really kind of count that as a front man. As you can tell, Mabel's glad to see us.
Yeah, there's got to be. Let me think here. We're missing. There's tons of 80s bands. We're missing somebody important.
There's tons of.
Oh my gosh, your favorite. But I have to put him on there for just the quality of work they've done. You don't like him, but I've got to put it on here. You ready?
Yep.
John Bon Jovi.
Oh, well, you know what? Here's the thing, dude. Purely out of just the musicianship and the body of work they've done, he's probably a top 10. It's not my favorite. I mean, no bones about that.
Right.
I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Right. Okay, so I think we've added out of our three, was it Bono that we added in that last three?
Bono we added, yes.
Okay, so it was Lou Graham, Bono, and I think we're at 20.
Awesome.
Let me while you're getting all transition there, we'll
yeah, because I'm transitioning up. So give me just a minute.
Yeah, no problem. Folks, what we're doing here is we're going to narrow it down. We got 20 front people, not necessarily just men, but fronts for different bands of the 80s, and we're going to do a little try to narrow that thing down to the top 5 out of these 20. That's what we're working on. Let's see what we got here.
Yep, and while I'm going to mute for a second while I get set up, if you want to do a recap real quick.
Yeah. You're listening to DND Dynamite 80s, Nashville, Tennessee. We are a 80s podcast. Come to you Wednesday night live every Wednesday. Excuse me. Tired. It's 7:30 Central. And unfortunately, our guest was not able to be on tonight, and so we ad-lib it. We'll come up with topics and have a good time with that. So hopefully DH can get all set up and actually get online and check some folks and see what they've got rolling with us tonight and all that good stuff. So, all right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I think that's right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, and 20. We do. 20. So 20 artists that were front people for bands. We're going to narrow them down to 10, and then our top 5.
All right. So I'm starting to sit up, and I'm going to pull Google up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
See
going to
if you
pull
can
up
get the
YouTube.
TikTok and the YouTube going. I
Yes,
told
I'm
them,
going to start on that.
yeah, that we would. We'll definitely have folks chime in.
Yes, because we definitely want you to chime in on this. I'm back in studio while I'm setting up, and while whatever I'm setting up here.
Just rolling.
While YouTube is starting to roll in, we're up to 20 front singers, lead singers.
Yeah.
Yes, people is where we're at. And we are fixing to start narrowing this down, and we want everybody's help on this. So let me get the YouTube up where we need to be. And I apologize for the delay.
No
Dinner ran
worries.
a little
No
behind.
worries. It's all good.
But I have to say, anytime it's all good. We make it work.
Sure we do.
All
Now,
right,
are you able to see the TikTok as well?
I can if you want me to switch over. If you'll give me just a second.
Oh, you can't see both. I got you.
No, I'd have to switch over to the other computer, which is fine. It'll just take me a few minutes to do if you want to do
worries.
that.
I just don't know where our folks may be coming from the most. That's my concern.
Yeah, if you give me, like I said, if you want me to, I don't mind doing it. But while I set that up, we'll keep talking here, of course.
Yeah,
but I will. Yeah, I'll
Whatever
start
you
the
wanna do.
process of switching over.
Okay,
DND
that's
Live
fine.
right there.
That's fine. All right. Well,
so
what
I've
I'll
got
do? Do you want me to give the rundown as you do?
Yes, while you're doing that, that'll kind of give me some time.
All right.
We do have,
folks.
but before you start, we do have one comment in already from D. Shipley. Shipty says, so far it sounds like we've got 20 artists. It's going to be hard to narrow down. So,
okay. All right. Sounds good.
And you're right. It is going to be hard to narrow that lineup down.
All right. Here's what we got, folks. We're going to narrow down the front people. It's not necessarily just men. There's 2 or 3 ladies that's made it onto the group here too.
Yes.
So it's going to be a tough challenge for sure. So yeah,
anybody
kind of chime in and help us with the list and try to narrow that thing down. We appreciate it. So yeah, we'll just have a show with some folks from TikTok and YouTube.
Yes, and just roll it through.
Be a part of it. Yeah, we'll.
And I've got the main computer firing up here. So as soon as it's ready, I'll black out my picture here and get swapped over so I can get in there.
Yeah.
But we're going to take
folks. We've got Rob Halford, of course, of Judas Priest, David Lee Roth, who was with Van Halen, Vince Neil, Motley Crue, of course, Steve Perry, Journey, Lionel Richie made or helped make the Commodores what they were and are, and Stevie Nicks, of course, with Fleetwood Mac. Kip Winger. I wonder who he was with.
I think
he was with Winger.
Ann Wilson, wasn't he with a small band?
Right. Steven Tyler with Aerosmith. Peter Cetera with Chicago. Dee Snider with the Crazy Bunch, as we know. Everybody knows that group, of course. Then we got David Coverdale, who was with Whitesnake. Oh, forgot Dee Snider, of course, Twisted Sister.
Yes.
Paul Stanley, Kiss. Phil Collins, when he was with Genesis, is what I'm sure DH was meaning.
Yes.
Mike Reno from Loverboy. Axl Rose from Guns N' the Roses, GNR, of course. Belinda Carlisle, who was with the Go-Go's. Then we've got, finishing out the top, the last 3 here, John Bon Jovi with Bon Jovi, Bono with U2, and Lou Gramm with Foreigner.
And, I mean, there's still a ton out there that we haven't put on there. And I'm starting to switch over if you wonder why my picture's gone, DC.
You're fine.
Working on it right now. So computer's coming up. I'm waiting on the Zoom to come in. and I will be switching over, and we'll be starting to roll these down and talk and get them down to the 10. Once we do that, I'm going to come back full. I'm going to come back on screen now, I think. Possibly, maybe. All right. I'm starting to join in the meeting. And then once I join, I'll flip over to TikTok on the phone. So I'm going to be coming in here just shortly, folks.
All
You
right.
joining in with DND Dynamite 80s. We are the premier podcast of the 80s in Nashville.
No question. We do it better than anybody else in the Nashville
If
area.
you doubt that, just ask us. We will tell
We
you.
will tell you.
It's not a problem for us to
No,
say
no,
it
no, no.
at all. And yes, we are so technically efficient. We are switching everything. I'm moving over. We are rolling. We are like just so magnificent here. Oh, let me see. It said invalid meeting ID. I must have put it in wrong. Let me do this again.
Oh, man. So that was right on cue about all the tech savvy.
Right on cue, brother. Right on cue. All right, I'm going to go out again so I can get the
Yeah.
code. Give me just a second here.
That's fine.
Let me do this. 894.
I feel like I'm 89.
I know that feeling. I do know the feeling. All right. 604 504. All right. I'm fixing to join. All right. Look at there. I'm joining. I'm going to switch over to TikTok on the phone.
Yep. Let me get you rolling there.
Give me just a second. It's connecting us in. Oh, look at there. I'm going to join with the audio. We might get a little feedback. Let's see here.
Yeah. You're good. Let's see.
You're going to have to unmute me, though.
Unmute you?
Yep. It says the host is not.
Asked to unmute. How's that? Are you good
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right. So I'm coming out of TikTok on the phone. All right. So now we don't have any feedback. Can you hear me?
Oh, good. Yeah.
All right. Good. So now I'm going to pull up the Ticker Talker, and I'm going to get us live on that so I can see what's going on there. Let's see. Home. Inbox.
You should see us.
I see it. I'm going up here. I just seen it going live. There we are. All right. I got TikTok pulled up, folks.
Good.
We are live on everything.
So, yeah. All right. So, once again, 20 artists that were front people for bands in the 80s.
Yes.
Or maybe a little bit before the 80s as well. So
yeah, it's some of both. That's okay.
That's okay.
All right. So
who we're going to narrow down?
Now, here's what we're going to do, folks, and we're going to need some help from y'all out there. Now, we're going to start narrowing this down. We're going to go from the 20 artists that you heard DC give out, and we're going to start narrowing this down to 10. So we're going to go from 20 to 10. All right. So, DC, quickly, give us a recap, a rundown, a reassignment of who we got.
Rob Halford, David Lee Roth, Vince Neil, Steve Perry, Lionel Richie, Stevie Nicks, Kip Winger, Ann Wilson, Steven Tyler, Peter Cetera, Dee Snyder, David Coverdale, Paul Stanley, Phil Collins, Mike Reno, Axl Rose, Belinda Carlisle, John Bon Jovi, Bono, and Lou Gramm. All right, and how we're going to do this, folks, DC's going to pick two random artists, and they're going to go head-to-head. We're going to discuss it, eliminate one, and move forward. Sounds good. All right, so we're looking for input on YouTube. We're looking for input on TikTok. Y'all join in, help us do this. All right, DC, first two up. Let's roll. Let's go with Bono and Lou Gramm. Bono and Lou Gramm. Mm-hmm.
To be
To
honest
me,
with you,
that's no brainer.
Bono's got to. I mean,
Yeah. Sorry, Lou.
I'm not a huge U2 fan, but Bono moves forward. Next two.
All right. See, I told you that'd be easy.
Yeah, that was pretty easy one.
All right. Let's go with Axl Rose and John Bon Jovi.
As much as I hate to say this, because I am such not an Axl Rose fan, John Bon Jovi's moving forward.
All right.
In my book.
And
Now
I
you get a
agree.
vote too.
No, I agree with you.
And
I
folks,
agree
join
with
us in. Join us in. Join in.
Or
Give
try
us your
to-
vote.
yeah.
Or join us in. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
However way you want to handle that, yes.
All right. So we got two going to the semifinals.
Okay. Let's go Stevie Nicks and Wilson.
See, now I'm going to say something now. I think, you know, how you kind of Stevie Nicks. That's all I can say. Stevie Nicks.
Correct.
I have to go Stevie Nicks. Magnificent talent, just amazing.
Okay. I agree with you. Steven Tyler, D. Snyder.
Now, see, here's the thing for me, and I get it. Aerosmith's a huge band, but I have never really been an Aerosmith fan. So for me, D. Snyder's going to have to be on that.
And I think they made more of the imprint during the 80s was D. Snyder's Bunch.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're in agreement on that.
All right.
Folks, let us know if you agree. DND Dynamite 80s coming to you live on YouTube, live on the Ticker
Probably
Talker.
don't agree with us.
You probably do not agree. And it's very rare that DC and I agree. Usually he's very wrong, but so far tonight he's been right on
I'm
everything.
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, he's actually been right for a change. So, you know, that's a plus.
There you
I mean,
go.
that's first time for
There
everything.
you go. Let's go with D. No, I already did that one, didn't I? He's staying.
Yep, you got to move him.
Paul Stanley. Let's make an interesting one out of this one. Paul Stanley and Rob Halford. Halford. That's
Paul
a good
Stanley.
one.
Paul
That's a
Stanley.
good.
Is this a disagreement?
It is, but because I'm thinking, well, they were 70s as well, weren't they?
Well,
Judas Priest
yeah,
was.
yeah, they were, but
But I mean, they went into the 80s.
I say Paul Stanley, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about it for a minute because
Well-
really with Kiss, you know, they all kind of played frontmen. So nope, I'm going Judas Priest. Because I'm your turbo lover.
Exactly. And here's what you said. You said the front men or women that stick out to you.
Yeah, and
So with
because Kiss,
they mixed it up.
yeah,
You're right.
and Judas Priest always
he was the man.
He was the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that's easy enough. We solved that. All right. Let's go with Vince Neil and Steve Perry. Have I already done Steve Perry?
No. Wow,
Okay.
that's tough. Man, I'm a huge Motley Crue fan, but
I gotta go.
I have to go Steve Perry.
I do too.
I have to go Steve Perry.
I do too.
Man, Sorry,
Vince. We can eliminate this one without this. Is
David Lee Roth.
Okay.
I don't even know who he was against.
Winger.
Yeah, David Lee. So
All
are we
right.
to our top 10?
Let's see what we got left here. I've marked out so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names.
Okay. So we need 3 more eliminated. So we got 6
Okay.
more we
All
haven't
right,
used
let's
yet.
go with. Ooh, good matchup here. Let's go with. Peter Cetera and Phil Collins.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to make some good matches here.
Now here's what I'm gonna
This
here's what
is
I'm
good
gonna
stuff
say.
for radio.
If I do not put Peter Cetera through this round, it's not going to be a good night in my house. So, just because of that, I really kind of
let me back off that then.
I kind of lean
because
towards Phil Collins.
has got to be.
I
top
feel
10.
Phil Collins has got to be top 10. No,
Okay,
sorry,
so
Peter Cetera.
That's
Sorry.
okay. So we can make these decisions as we go. So let's go with Peter Cetera against. Let's see who might not make it. David Coverdale.
Yeah, Peter Cetera.
Okay.
I have to go with that.
All right. So there you go. All right.
You saved me on that one.
you
Save
go.
me, Seymour. Save me.
Lionel Richie. John Bon. Oh, we already done John.
Yeah, you already done, John.
Who are we leaving off? Oh. Okay, we're gonna get rid of Lionel Richie quick. Lionel Richie, David Lee Roth, who I haven't compared.
Yeah. Well, we did David Lee Roth.
Oh,
remember?
we have?
We picked
Who
him
I
and just
missed?
moved on.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. Was it Mike Reno I haven't talked about?
I don't think we will. That I'm gonna go with. Say
Mike Reno.
you, say me, say it together. Mike
Lionel
Reno.
Richie and Mike Reno?
Say well, you didn't hear my last part. Say it together, Mike Reno.
Oh, okay. So you want to keep Mike?
Yeah, I think so. What do you think?
Okay, look.
I mean,
got you.
I like
agree.
Lionel Richie. I really
All
do, and I
right.
like his music. But yeah.
All right. Let's
So
see
are
what
we
we're
down to 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something ain't right. Is it 9? Yeah, I think we just got 9.
Okay, so we got 2 left.
All right, let me double check to make sure.
As you can
Oh.
see, we're real efficient on this.
No. We just need one more.
Yeah, we
if
need
got
one
9
more. You
marked
got-
out
Yeah, but you got 2 artists left.
that I hadn't talked about.
Yeah, you have to if we're going to choose one more. So
Oh, I
'Cause-
got you.
because 2 minus 1 leaves 1.
Correctamundo. We haven't talked about Belinda Carlisle.
We have not.
And who's the one I'm leaving out that we hadn't talked about? That's weird. Talked Bono, didn't we?
Yep, we had Bono.
We talked Stevie Nicks,
Yep,
Peter Cetera,
yep,
Dee Snider, Phil
yep,
Collins,
yep,
David Lee Roth, Rob
Yep.
Halford,
yep.
Belinda Carlisle, Mike Reno. I'm not counting right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 marked up. Maybe I didn't have a total of 20.
Maybe we only had 19.
I guess so.
So Belinda Carlisle moves through us in the 10th slot.
All right.
She gets the pass.
So let me see what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we got 11.
Okay.
So we need to, let's see. Somehow we didn't get somebody talked about. All right. So here, let's just do it this way. We got 11 to choose from.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give 1 pass. Okay.
That's Belinda.
So I'm going to go ahead and say David Lee Roth is going to get the
for the
pass.
next-
Yeah, because then we'll go from 10, we'll go to 6, and then we'll go from there. How's that?
All right. Okay. So we are going to match in this round. Let's match up. So David Lee Roth is not in the match.
We're going to give him
He's
the
gonna
pass.
pass.
He's
Yeah.
going to the final 6.
No question about it. All right. Let's go with Stevie Nicks and Belinda.
It's got to be Steve.
Okay.
To me, I mean, just my opinion.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I mean,
That's
don't get me
tough.
wrong. All of these people have sold a heck of a lot more albums than I have.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think everybody likes me singing, say you, say me, say it together.
Peter Cetera and Bono.
Wow. What's your thoughts?
Bono's got to go on.
See, now we're starting to get to the point. Yes, I'm gonna put Bono through this round, but I can tell you on the next round he will not make it through for me. Because next round it starts getting into whether I really enjoy. I mean, not all their music.
We're going
is
to have
good.
one standing?
Well, when
How
we
we
get
gonna do
through with
this?
this,
I thought
when
we
we
were going
get
to do like top 5.
we were, but we got off. So we're gonna do the top 6. Then we're going to do, after the top 6, we're going to take it down to 3. One's going automatically into the finals, and the other 2
Okay.
we're
All right,
going to
so it's
do
elimination.
a vote.
Okay.
Yep.
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
All right. D. Snyder, Rob Halford.
Snyder.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I wouldn't give that guy that much credit.
Think? I don't know.
Judas Priest or Twisted Sister?
I know, but Twisted Sister is just,
Rethunk that.
if you think about the one major hit, I'd go more Twisted
Hall
Sister.
of
If you think
Fame
about
versus not close to being in the Hall of Fame.
it, well, here's the thing. There's 2 ways to think about it. If you think about the one song from each, their biggest hit, I go Twisted Sister. If you think about body of work, full body of work, I go Judas Priest. So let's go Judas Priest. Yes.
Okay. All right. Glad I helped you convince you on that.
Yeah, it didn't take much.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see what we got now. How many eliminated is that?
It's 2. We should have 4 more.
To eliminate?
Yep. Because you have David Lee Roth already. No, we should have 3 more. Because you have David Lee Roth already through.
So
we have Stevie Nicks now.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would that be right? If I'm not counting him.
Okay, so you had Stevie Nicks.
I got Bono. I got Bon Jovi.
Bono's through.
Reno. I got
Reno's
Collins,
through.
Nicks.
Oh, wait a minute.
And Steve Perry and Halford.
Okay, so
did
here's
not count Roth. He's already gone to
Ross
the next.
already through, and then we did Stevie Nicks versus Carlisle, and Nicks went through.
Yep.
And then you did Bono versus, who did you have Bono against? I don't remember.
I don't either.
Okay, so we're going to leave Bono in the pot, and we'll start that back. So right now you have David Lee Roth through, you have Stevie Nicks through, and we just put through Judas Priest, and we eliminated Twisted Sister. So we have 3 through. We have 3 more going through.
Okay.
So you should have 6 artists left to choose from.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 19, I bet.
Okay, so we had 19.
Yeah.
So David
All
Lee
right.
Roth's coming back into the pot then. So far you have Stevie Nicks.
All right. So what? Let's see.
So far you have Stevie Nicks and
7, 8. I've got 8 names.
Okay. So you have 8 names, and we have
Correct.
Stevie
And
Nicks.
We got Roth back in.
Roth
at this
back
moment, there's 8 on the board.
Right, and we have Stevie Nicks, and we have Judas Priest already through, right?
And I thought you said Roth.
No, we haven't. We put Bono back in.
And so
right now
as of right now, correct.
Right now the only ones through is Stevie Nicks and
Halford.
Judas Priest. Yep. All right, so let's start from there.
So now we're ready to go against. I think this will be an easy one. Let's go David Lee Roth and Mike Reno.
David Lee Roth.
Yes. All right.
So Mark Reno out.
I'm gonna circle him. All right.
And Mark Reno aligned through Reno because we've used him.
Right. Yeah, I marked him
Okay.
through.
All right.
Bon Jovi, Steve Perry.
Steve Perry.
Yep. So he goes. Bono, Phil Collins.
Ooh. I'm going Phil Collins.
Yep. I have to agree.
Wow. Bono got.
I didn't think I would.
Wow.
But after I started looking at names.
Yeah. Steve. Yeah. No. Yeah. You got to go Phil Collins.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our
All
5.
right. So we have 5.
Yes, we have 5.
All right. So now let's go top 5.
We only got 5. Oh,
right. That's our
place them
top
in
5.
order?
Now we're going to place them in order.
I got you. Okay.
All right. So give me the list of the top 5. We have Steve Perry.
I'm already going to put Halford at 5.
Halford's going in at 5.
The next one to go will be
Collins has to go in at 4.
Stevie Nicks at 3.
So we're going Collins at 4.
Correct.
Stevie Nicks at 3. And as much as I hate to say it,
Roth will
Roth
go
has to go
second.
2. Roth has to go 2.
Steve Perry's the man.
Steve Perry's number 1. I mean, as much as I hate to say it,
and that was an outstanding deal.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
yeah, and I think we're both on the same page on that.
Yes, we are.
So yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah,
Kind of
So
interesting. to
Steve
get.
Perry wins the competition.
Steve Perry wins. And I think that was
And I'm
kind of
good
cool
with that.
talking about it. Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
cool talking about it. So that was,
Sure.
that made for a fun show there that we kind of got
Absolutely.
through.
Sure.
Had a little bit of audience participation. So I guess it's probably about that time, isn't it?
Yes. Next week you're at the beach.
Next week I'll be coming live from the beach. Unless I get
Mr.
harpooned, they see me
Right.
laying there and
Oh,
harpoon me.
yeah. We'll do 7:30
Yes,
because our guy has already said he's good with that.
perfect,
He's already checked in with me.
awesome.
That will be Mr. Chris Salisbury,
Yes,
the head of the nonprofit organization. Yeah, different twist next week, guys.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
gonna be a
take
fun
little
show.
break. Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun show.
He does. His organization is called Clean Life, and we're going to talk about how he gives back to the homeless of Nashville. He helps them with food, clothing, even tries to find housing for them, for folks that are down on their luck. And yeah, I'm excited about talking about Chris's organization.
Yeah, it's gonna
just
be
a
fun.
great guy. And what got me started on this topic, and I'm not here to bash anybody, I promise. But you see so much on social media these days where, hey, if you tie my shoe, I'm gonna give you $100,
Right.
or whatever. And I'm not. Hey, best to you. That's okay.
Hey, if that's what you want to
hey,
do,
I wanted to kind of highlight a organization that is really passionate about helping those in need.
yes.
It kind of gave me that. So thank you. You kind of gave me the idea from seeing some of that. And like I said, I'm not trying to knock that. And that's your thing. That's your thing, and that's okay. But anyway, that's the reason that topic came up.
But we picked to do our show a little different.
That's right. All right, man. You want
All right.
to close?
Hey,
close
yeah,
her out?
let's go through. I'll go ahead and do my closing and shoot it over to you folks. Like I said, you've been watching D&D Dynamite 80s, the premier 80s podcast out of Nashville, Tennessee, as DC likes to say, to steal his line. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker Radio, Radio Republic, YouTube, on Twitter, which I guess is now X. So I guess we should say X now instead of Twitter, but whatever. You know where we're talking about.
Yeah.
On Instagram, on Google Podcast, on Facebook, on TikTok, on our website, D&D Dynamite 80s, which I'm going to try to actually do some work on this next week while I'm on vacation. We'll see
You
if
got
that
so
happens.
much free time, I know.
So much free time, it's going to happen.
Right.
So we've for those of you that don't know that just joined in tonight, we've been doing this for this is season 3. Started out just having some fun, still having fun with it, but the thing's growing, and we appreciate all the listeners and all the folks that's come on, done all the interviews and everything with us. But it is fun every once in a while, DC, to go back and do one of
Sure
these
is.
shows like we started with.
Yeah.
This is kind of where we started at, so it's
This is
always
our
fun to do that
roots.
throwback.
Yeah.
Where we go to. And I'm going to end it as my pick flew across the screen there. I'm going to end it off as I always do. And I'm going to say, folks, remember, it doesn't cost anything extra to be kind. So always be kind to each other. DC?
Amen. Let's get our sponsors in.
Yes, sir.
D&D Dynamite 80s would like to thank their sponsors: Hudson's Flags and More, PJG Marketing, and the Nesting Project. You can find all these great folks online. Yes, you can. Man, that guy's good.
Man, I'm telling you, I have to tell you something. This show has been a comedy of errors since we've started, but it's been one of the funnest things I think I've ever done.
Right. Man, Man, what a voice.
Man,
Anyway,
I tell you,
yeah.
it's almost like the professional announcer voice we should use.
Yes. So next week, Mr. Chris Salisbury, once again, Clean
Yes.
Life out of Nashville, helps the homeless of Nashville.
Going to be
So
a great
we'll
show.
catch up with him and talk about his organization. As DH has already alluded to, we are out of Nashville. We are D&D Dynamite 80s. We normally are on 7:30ish on Wednesday nights. Sometimes we do, and catch us on the YouTube. We had a great Saturday show.
We did.
Saturday show with
And
Mr. Kevin
thank
Patterson.
Kevin for coming on for that. That was an amazing
Has
show.
become a friend of ours. I mean, he's
Yes.
just a good guy.
Amazing
class
guy.
act, true gentleman, and from Fiction Factory. So check that one out. It's already getting some looks at and all that, and we appreciate everybody chiming in
Yes.
and getting the likes on there for that one. He's one of our well-known ones. Still, the very first one that we had, I think, has
Still
over,
tracking. Yes.
it's going 1,200, 1,400 plus or something.
Yeah,
now.
it's still rolling. So
Yeah. So we appreciate y'all.
we definitely do.
Yeah. So as DC, always kind of close out the show with you. Hope you have a great week, and we'll look forward to seeing you or hearing from you. Seeing you, maybe we'll see you. I don't know. Next week. Who knows?
If you see us out, buy us a burger. It's all good.
That's right. Take care of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot the poll
Yes.
before we go.
Okay.
New poll.
Yes.
I get the vote. Here it is. DC, tell them the poll.
We're going ahead and starting it.
Yeah, let's introduce it.
Okay.
We'll do the first official vote next week, but we're just going
Right.
to introduce it.
Okay. So we've got. You were doing Brian Adams,
Yes.
and I am doing Journey.
Yes. And we're going to wait till next week to get our first vote. But folks, think about that.
Yeah.
Chime in.
That's our new. Very good. Yes.
yes,
I'm glad you
give us
mentioned
some-
that.
Give us some feedback on
So that's our
TikTok,
new
on all of
challenge.
it. YouTube, email us. Let's see what everybody's thinking as we go.
Gotcha. Sounds good. All right.
right.
So as DC will close you out with, keep playing them 80s. We'll see you next week, everybody.
See you next week, folks.
See ya.